Talk Shows family. It's Nomsa here at Ngozi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, live from within. So I'm on my own today, guys. It's Friday, very exciting. I'm looking forward for the weekend. I hope you guys are looking forward to the weekend as well. So I'm not doing anything exciting over the weekend apart from singing and going to church and praising God. So I would love to hear what you guys are up to over the weekend. If you can leave a message for me. So let's get into the topic. So today we're talking about relationships. And in this video, I will provide you with 17 essential tips for building a strong and healthy relationship. To have that solid foundation is really, really crucial for any lasting partnership. And I'm going to talk about it here. I'll guide you guys through creating just that. So the number one thing key that is really, really important is communication. Communication is the critical component of how the foundation of a relationship is built, and having that healthy relationship and having good techniques, communication techniques that breed an understanding and harmony between partners. When you have that strong relationship and communicating your want, communicating your desires is very, very important in a relationship, and is a cornerstone for any strong, healthy relationship, and is for a good reason. We communicate our needs. We let our spouse knows what we want, how we want to be saved, and as individuals, so two people can actually connect. And however, good communication, it goes far beyond. It goes above and beyond more words. It's a complex of interplay. If you guys know what I mean, it's like non-verbal. It's a non-interplay of verbal communication and non-verbal calls. Active listening, you've got to listen, you've got to be empathetic to your spouse, understanding. You have to, there's so many layers. When you understand the layers of communication, there's so many layers that comes with it. The role of empathy is very, very important. And when you use I statement, express your thoughts, your feelings, how you're feeling, using I statement, which emphasizes your own, not like blaming somebody. Mind your tone is very, very important when you communicate with somebody, because when we communicate, the tone of our voice can greatly affect the meaning of those words. And speak in a very calm and respectful manner. And during disagreement, know that take some time out if you need to take some time out. And also during the communication, learn to ask open-ended questions, empathize and validate, avoid being defensive. And I've mentioned take a break when it's necessary. It's very, very important whenever you are in a relationship, feeling that when you feel that, you know what, the words that I'm saying right now, maybe they are going to affect the other person, is very, very important to actually take some time out. I used to go with the world in a relationship, and when my spouse does something that I don't like, I'll go quiet. And when he does something, things will just come out. I will just say things like hateful things. But now 10 years ago, I've learned the hard way that the way I treat somebody is the way that I should treat myself. I just pray to God before I can tackle any difficult situation. I pray to God for guidance. And also when I pray, I just want to connect and see whether is it me or the other person. And before I communicate my want, and I find that when I go to that place where I just connect with God, and sometimes, guys, you will be surprised what the Holy Spirit can do. Sometimes when I pray about something, you will find that my spouse, if he has something that he's been worried about and he's not talking about it, you'll find that he will start sharing instead of me being able to be the one and asking him what's wrong with him. And I know that there are some women out there who will knock their spouse so that they can fulfill their needs. I don't do that anymore. I used to think that was the way, but I don't. I communicate my needs and I allow the other person to actually let me know how they want me to treat them. Because in a relationship, it is all about serving. It's all about giving, and it's all about receiving as well. There are some people who love to give in a relationship, but they hate to receive. I'm afraid if you are that kind of a person, that is a miserable journey of life. You got to be somebody that loves to give. You have to be somebody that loves to receive. Receive with grace. Allow yourself to receive. Allow yourself to be treated how you deserve. Some people, they like to treat people beautifully. They like to do beautiful things for people, but for them, if they are being offered the beauty life, they're like, oh, I feel guilty. I feel like I shouldn't be. But you know what? That's what life is about. So communication is very, very important in a relationship, and listening to your spouse. Listen to what is being said. And listen and listen. Do not judge. And also don't think, watch the thoughts as well, because those, they come with the communication, and sometimes our mind can create things that don't exist. So it's very, very important to actually avoid being defensive. Take a break when you want to take a break. And also know that everything is just going to work out just fine. And by learning to communicate in a relationship, you can create an environment where there is an understanding, there is a harmony in your relationship, and you can unlock other potential in a partnership. That's why I call myself a harmonist. I'm a love harmonist. I'm a matchmaker, but I don't call myself a matchmaker. I call myself a love harmonist because I've learned to harmonize my desires. I've learned to communicate in a relationship where the person that I'm dating, they are my best friend. There is no room for negotiation with fights. I don't fight. I can guarantee you guys, you can ask my spouse, I don't fight in a relationship. The reason why I don't fight is because fighting is a waste of time. Really, really, I find it a waste of time. I used to get frustrated. And I think there's some of the reason why people fight. You get frustrated, you want to communicate your needs. You feel that you're not being heard. You get angry inside. Things build, anger build up. What I do is I will speak to that person if I feel that they're not hearing me and they don't want to hear me that moment, I leave them alone. And when I leave my spouse alone, I will go into prayer. And I find that he'll come back in his own time and say, baby, what were you saying? I don't have to judge them for this. When it comes to me now, he wants to understand, what was I saying before? Then I explain to him, this is what I was saying. And then if he feels that he wants to listen, he will listen. If he feels that he does not want to listen, he won't listen. It's his choice at the end of the day. But my spouse will listen to my needs, my desires, and I will listen to his needs. I will listen to his desires. So I will ask you guys to really think about, if you are somebody who is in a relationship, think about how you communicate with your spouse is very, 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 very important. For me, I just find that when I put myself in a place of argument, in a place of conflict, because conflict, we don't ask for it, but they do come. But I try to avoid those conflict. If somebody is not ready to talk, I leave them alone, but I communicate my needs. I try to communicate my needs. Like my spouse is not well and he's going to work, and I'm trying to ignore him that you should be at home, you should be resting. And he goes, if I stay at home, I will be feeling sorry for myself. So I'm like, okay, you can go to work. So I just leave him alone to get on with it, basically. And that's how he wants to get on with it. So it is very, very important. And mostly when you have kids, it's very, very easy for the stress to be overwhelmed by things. Is very, very, it can be very, very difficult. Like you find like one parent's, like let's say you work, you go to work. Like myself, I have to run a business and then I have to look after the kids. So what I do is I try to manage my stress. Stress management is very, very important, guys. Very, very, very important to actually manage your stress. Because we live in this world where it's overwhelming. Things can be overwhelming. When you have kids and then you have to work, it can be sometimes it feels like, you know what, it's too much. So try to get help if you can. And the second one is trust and honesty. Trust and honesty is the cornerstone of a strong relationship. And when you trust your spouse, when you're honest with your spouse, it's like is the pillar. Both of these two things are the unshakable pillar of which a very strong relationship enduring the stands, is the foundation. These qualities, they form a bedrock of your partnership, providing this. It provides the stability and the deep into the realm of trust and honesty in that relationship. Understanding the trust. How can you understand the trust? How can you understand the trust? If I can say, what is your understanding when somebody says trust? So when somebody says trust is truth and ability, is like, is the confidence. Trust is actually the confidence or the reassurance that your spouse has your best interest at heart and will act in ways that are consistent with your mutual values and agreement. So do you feel that way in your relationship? Trust is not given lightly. You have to earn it. Your spouse, they have to earn it through consistent action and behavior over time. So do you feel in a relationship, do you feel that your spouse, they have earned your trust? So why is it important to actually trust somebody in a relationship? Trust is an invisible thread that weaves through every interaction and decision in every relationship. There are a few reasons why trust is a critical component of the foundation of a relationship. Number one is emotional safety. Trust creates an environment where both people can feel emotionally safe to express themselves without fear, without feeling that maybe judgment, or betrayal, without feeling that they're being betrayed. Security. You need security in that relationship. Security, it comes with that, knowing that your partner, they will stand on your side. They are on your side through thick and thin. It gives you security. Open communication. Trust encourages an open communication. And also intimacy is involved in trust. Is the foundation of emotional intimacy. Without trust, it's challenging to truly open up with somebody and connect with that person, or get into their world and really get to know them is hard. Building that trust, you need to be consistently, you need to be honest. It requires you to be open to your spouse. It requires you to be reliable. It requires you to say sorry when it's necessary, apologize and make amendments, maintain transparency. And also it's very, very important to actually share your thoughts and your feelings and discuss your boundaries and within your relationship. What is acceptable, what is not acceptable, and respect each other's boundaries. And once you do that, have a long-term plan in that relationship and consent agreement. Consent agreement, I'm not talking about a written consent, guys. Consent agreement in a relationship is like when you meet somebody. You go into on a date, like matchmaker, they meet you with somebody. When you go to on a date, you come to an agreement with that person, because now you see both of you, you can see that you can match each other. You see that you are compatible. And once that compatible is, you pass the compatibility with each other, and the feelings, the connection, there is a connection, it's come emotionally. Two people have to agree with each other that we like each other, and we want to take this relationship to the next level. And that next level, we don't know, is the unknown. No one knows where the relationship is going. Guys, I have to speak the truth. When you meet each other, you like each other, you know that the path that you're both taking between the two of you is the unknown. And when you taking that path of the unknown, there is an agreement emotionally, that is the consent agreement, that we like each other. We want to take this thing that we have together to the next level. And then sometimes the promises will be made is either, wow, I would love to marry you one day, or I love to do this, I love to have children. That is a consent that each other are consenting to each other. It gives the security to somebody to know where the relationship is going, even though it's the unknown. But when things change along the way, it is also okay. So that is the agreement that you give each other. And by working together, building that trust, maintaining the transparency, you strengthen the core of your relationship. And the trust, honestly, is not a statistics. It will require an ongoing care and attention. When the qualities are nurtured, they provide a steady, beautiful foundation upon which your love can flourish and endure forever. So those are the things that when it comes to relationship. And the third one is honoring individual while nurturing togetherness. How do you honor individual while fostering togetherness, fostering growth? So how do we do that? First, we have to self-discovery. You have to discover yourself. Embrace your individuality. Allow yourself and allowing each other, both of you, to embark on a journey of self-discovery. When you enter a relationship, you let each other be each other. It's an opportunity to explore passion, interest, and personal growth together. You grow together and respect each other as well. And respecting each other in a relationship, it demonstrates the respect for your spouse, autonomy, and uniqueness, preventing codependence, encouraging individual. When you're encouraging individuality, it can prevent codependence where your spouse's happiness depends entirely on you. So it means you let your spouse be. They cannot depend. In order for a relationship to work, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot depend on your spouse to give you happiness. When happiness is found within, you will never be disappointed in life, no matter what you do. When happiness is found within, the connection of a relationship is beautiful. It brings togetherness. It creates strong emotional laughter and intimacy that can strengthen your bond. And the other one is support. When you support each other, when you are there through life storms, because life will bring you storms. So you need a spouse that can support you. Shared goals. Are you and your spouse, do you have shared goals? I'm not saying, guys, go and start judging people, judging your relationship. I'm not saying that. But do you have shared goals? Have shared goals with your spouse. Togetherness allows you to align with your goals and create a shared vision for your future. Remember, every time I talk about it, I always like to share a woman's role and a man's role. So it's very, very important for a man to have goals, to have a vision. It's very, very important for a woman to have a vision when they enter a relationship. So when these two visions align together, you can link them together to build a good foundation in a relationship. A man is the provider. A man provides for his family. A woman, she's a provider. She provides for her family, whether she is a housewife. Don't get me wrong, women. I'm not saying, I don't like a woman when somebody says, what do you do for work? And they say, I'm just a staying mom home. You are not just a staying mom home. I'm a manager. I provide for my family. I make sure my children have eaten. I make sure that my husband is eating. I make sure that they are wearing clothes. That is hard work. Just being a staying home mom or staying home dad is a hard work. So maybe by undermining our roles as women or undermining our roles as a staying home daddy, we need to start embracing that I'm actually a provider. I provide for my family. So when somebody says, what do you do for work? This one is a provider, is a man, and the woman is a provider. A man is an architect. Man has to have a vision. When I call a man an architect, a man has to come into a relationship with a vision. Where there is no vision, there is no foundation of a relationship. Because a woman will want to say, okay, you want to date me? Okay, I like you. But what do you have to offer as a man? We're not talking about money, guys, because men seems to think that in order to get a beautiful woman, they need to be a millionaire. They're like, if I don't have a nice car, she's not gonna want to date me because I don't have. Women are very, very simple. If you find a genuine woman, a woman wants a man with a vision. A man without a vision, they don't want to know. So if you are a man, you've got to come to a relationship with your vision. You've got to know what you want in a relationship. You've got to have a vision for your woman, where you're gonna the city, imagine the city where you want to live with your woman. And also a woman, she's an inventor. She's a mentor. This one is an architect. She's a mentor. She mentors her men bring the vision together, so the vision and their vision both can come to pass. So that's why it's important to have shared goals and striking the perfect balance, those things together. And communication, it comes with it as well. Boundaries comes with it as well. A quality time together, it comes with it. Dedicated time to be together. This can include the date nights. It can include the share hobbies. And some people, they're like, we cannot have date nights now. The cost of living, NOMSA things are so expensive. We can't. Guess what? You can have a date night with just us going and buy ice cream. If you go to Waitrose, you go to Marks and Spencer. If you go to Sainsbury's, I'm trying to say the supermarkets that I know, Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, Marks and Spencer, anyway, the shop, Aldi, you name it in the UK, you can go to the shops and take if you have £10, you can buy food. Come and cook a romantic meal. A romantic meal does not have to be an expensive meal. Cook a romantic meal. Get some popcorn if you want to get some popcorn. Netflix. How much is Netflix? I don't even know, guys. But I do have Netflix. You've got Netflix. I don't know. I think there's £20. There's £6. The cheapest one is £8 or something pound. Get Netflix. Get some movies. Maybe Amazon, watch some movie at home and just sit and enjoy that quality time. You don't have to go to a restaurant and have fun. You can still have fun at home. So in that part, you have no excuse to say, no, sir, we cannot afford to go out. You can afford to stay at home and just cook some romantic meal. Make it exciting. And collaboration is very, very important. I mentioned collaborating, find areas where individual interests and goals align, and collaborate on projects, the two of you, or activities that bring you together while still honoring your uniqueness, the quality. And it's very, very important to celebrate the differences. Like Tony Robbins talks about the differences that they make a relationship exciting between the two people. It strengthens a relationship rather than weakening a relationship. So when you recognize that diversity adds depth and richness of you realize all those things are the diversity, and recognizing that diversity adds depth and richness to your relationship, and also check in with yourself regularly is very, very important. Periodically, how often do you guys check in with each other to ensure you are both comfortable with the balance you've struck? How often do you check with your spouse? Adjust as needed to accommodate changes in your lives. What are the benefits of balance? Perfect balance between individuality and togetherness can create a relationship to strive. Guys, if your relationship, if you want that fulfilling relationship, remember finding balance is an ongoing process as you both evolve and grow. It's not something that happens overnight. In your needs and your desires may change over time. It's fine, but communicate them. You just need to adapt and be open to communication, and that will be your allies in your maintaining any relationship that can embrace the beauty of individuality while cherishing the strength of togetherness. Give me strength. So quality time is vital to create a lasting connection. Find your priorities. Find out how to prioritize and create a meaningful moment together. Never take each other for granted. So the fourth one is prioritizing quality time for lasting connection. The essence of quality time. The essence of quality time. Do you guys have quality time? Feel free to comment if you're watching this video later. Quality time is more than just being physically present. It's about being fully engaged emotionally, connection with that person, and attentive to your spouse, to your partner's needs, and without any distraction, or dedicate yourself to actually nurture them and just be there for them. Why does it matter? Building intimacy. And that's why people say, oh, we drifted apart. Because when you prioritize the quality time, so by the way, guys, I don't want you guys to get me wrong. Sex does not connect people together on its own. You need more than sex to be able to connect, to build a good foundation. There are some people who has sex 7 days a week, but that sex has no meaning. Yeah, it has no meaning. But everything you do in life, it has to have a meaning. But if we are doing it to get rid of stress at work, it has no meaning to the other person. If you're having sex 7 days a week just for fun, you connect. Somebody who has sex once a week will have a stronger relationship than the person that he has 7 days sex, but without connection. So I just want to make sure, guys, we both know where we stand when it comes to connection. Connection is deep, really, really deep. Is emotionally accepting the other person and creating long-lasting memories with that person, meaningful moments that can be cherished forevermore, and strengthening that bond and providing the foundation for future experiences. And it's very, very important, rekindling romance. If you have been with somebody like maybe more than a year, date nights and special moments are needed to actually rekindle the romantic spark, reminding you of the initial attraction and love you share. The moment that you share together, the love, prioritize quality time, and schedule date nights, unplug during your quality time. Don't get you on social media if you are on quality time, and explore shared interests. Discover activities you both love, like such as enjoying like sports, hobby, or shared interests. Create memorable experiences together. And surprises, gestures, like surprise your partner with thoughtful, like dinner, whether it's handwritten notes or surprise dinner or spontaneous day trips. Like try to find out what they're doing and then try to surprise them and travel together. It allows you to escape the new place, the routines and experiences. When you travel together, it gives you the opportunities to experience that beautiful life, the beautiful journey, be adventurous, explore new places, create unforgettable memories together, and have a deep conversation. Take time to listen to each other and ask open-ended questions. Quality over quantity is very, very important. The impact of quality time. What's the impact of quality time? When you prioritize and create this meaningful moment with you together with your spouse, you're not only strengthening your bond, but you're also showing your spouse that they are your priority in your life. Quality time is very, very important when it's invested. It's really, really, it's like if it gives a fulfilling moment in that relationship. It's a reminder that you both in this connection together, and you cherish each other, you cherish this part of your journey together. And the fifth one, I've said 17, I don't think I'm gonna get to 17. The fifth one is showing appreciation. Express your gratitude regularly to your spouse. Discover the power of acknowledging and valuing your spouse. It's very, very important to foster gratitude and connect, boost self-esteem, enhance the positive, learn conflict resolution. When you appreciation and gratitude, it helps you to resolve, to understand how to actually resolve conflict and resolution. And daily expression, express yourself. Make it a habit to actually express and appreciation to your life, to your relationship, acknowledging the effort that the other person are doing is very, very, very important. Some people don't appreciate each other and celebrate the achievement you guys have in a relationship. You know what? My children, like I always tell my children, like when they go and like they do find work in things, they watch some of the films they like, but some of them they watch like the part where they are. I always say to them, watch everything, because when you watch everything, it's like is the power of gratitude that people don't understand how the universe works. So they're like, no, I'm just gonna watch the part where I am. I'm like, no, just watch everything. Is the power of gratitude. It comes a long way when you have a gratitude to each other and appreciation and living in notes for each other. If you quality time, you know each other, you know your love language anyway. So I'm not saying guys be creepy. All I'm saying is do things based on your individuality, complement each other. When your spouse is genuinely looking good, compliment them, even if, because when they're dressed, it's not for us really, it's for them. Just compliment them. Kindness, surprise your spouse with kindness, and that is the power of gratitude. Number 6 is the conflict. Conflict is inevitable in a relationship, but learning healthy ways to resolve conflict, it can enhance your relationship, gain insight into effective conflict resolution strategy. Like I said to you guys before, I don't have big fights with my spouse. I don't do those big conflict. I don't do them. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I pray to God. I intended to take my troubles a lot to God. And I find doing that, I take so much stress away for myself, the burden that I have. I intend to, whenever, if I feel that I'm not happy with something, before I can go and try to wrestle my spouse, I pray about it. I need time. I take time to meditate. And once I meditate, I find that sometimes the things will just happen on its own. Or meditate in the Word of God, or sometimes I just pray to God and just ask God to speak, raise His voice in my marriage. So I pray for my marriage. For those who are Christian, you speak my language, you understand. Where there is no prayer, there is no prayer. Where there is no prayer, there is no good foundation. That relationship is like living in pain. So that's why I just take everything to God, and I ask God to help me to actually pray first, to connect with whatever the problem that might be. And I cover my marriage most of the time with the blood of Jesus, and I ask the blood of Jesus to speak on my behalf. It's meaning God is the universe. Universe is God. It means whatever I go through, I take it to the universe and I take it to God first before I can deal with it. Because there are some things in life that I don't have control over. So that's how I deal with the conflict. So you as a non-Christian, those who are my Christians, girls and men, you know how the drill works. So those who are not Christian, in order to strengthening, to understand, deal with the conflict, you got to have a strategy of communication in order for you to express your feelings and to resolve things properly without eating each other. Deepening and understanding, resolve, it can lead to actually to a healthy relationship, and it can prevent a resentment. If you have a strategy of based on your relationship of preventing resentment, enhancing problem solving, you got to have skills that can be applied to all these various aspects of your relationship. In order to do that, you have to be active listener, empathy, have empathy, use I statement, stay calm all the time, regardless of how much you want to eat somebody, but stay calm. Take a break if you need to take a break. Avoid blaming each other. Seek compromise. Apologize and forgive. When we say apologize, forgive, we don't talk about it. Set boundaries. Use humor to actually solve problems. And when you learn to solve when you have skills to actually conflict, it can be a catalog for positive change. Conflict is allowed in a relationship. When I'm saying I don't do conflict anymore, it does not mean that I don't get problems. I do get problems in a relationship, but I take them to somebody bigger than me. So for my Christian language, those who speak my language, they understand what I mean. I take my problems to God, anoint my marriage, I anoint my relationship, I cover my relationship with the blood of Jesus. I listened to the guy that served Lucifer for years. There's a guy, I've forgotten his name, and he said something that there was a guy they were trying to attack, but they could not attack him, and they didn't know why they couldn't attack him. This one of the big pastors said we were trying to attack him, but we didn't know why. But in the end, they realized that actually he covered his name with the blood of Jesus. And so his name was covered, so they couldn't. But when they figure out why they couldn't attack him, they started by causing conflict within the church so Lucifer can get to that relationship or whatever marriages in the church and destroy. So for those who says God doesn't exist, he exists. For those who says Lucifer does exist, you can go and watch the videos of the people that actually saved Lucifer. They can explain how they work. These people, they could be in maybe Australia, as an example. Let's say they are in Australia. If they want to attack marriages in the United Kingdom, you can read it and it tells you how they do it. If they want to attack like United Kingdom, like to cause divorce in the United Kingdom, they can do it by Lucifer is a god, so they can do it by striking arrows in the United Kingdom, and then so many people can go through marital problems, and then the relationship breaks. Or let's say if they're in Africa, they choose the country wherever they want to attack. That's how they work. You can actually go and type anyone that has served Lucifer. They explain how they work. And it's real. I'm talking about it. That is real, because if somebody was to come to me and tell me Lucifer exists, I'll be like, no, he doesn't. But he recruited me as well. But I said, no, I'm afraid I couldn't join him. And that's when I know that he does exist. And he does not just recruit anybody. He recruits people that have a great future. He recruits people that actually have a great future, like the stars. If he sees that your star is shining, so that's when he comes and recruits you, because he wants his kingdom to be stronger. But when he's finished, he drops you like a hot potato. So he's not really on anybody's side. For those who don't know, he does exist. God does exist. So I've came across Lucifer myself, and he recruited me. I said no, and he tortured me. I paid the price. That's fine. So you can go and watch YouTube. There's so many people who have saved them. Their stories is really painful. And you can see how some of the problems in this world that people go through, and they think they are going through but are being created. So you can watch those videos and you'll find them. Just find those people, and some of them some of them are based in America. There's some who are based in the UK who have served him. There are some who are based in Kenya. They are based all everywhere. So you can see how this world is. So you can learn how to deal with it. And you can understand why when Nomsai has a problem, when I have problem with my relationship, I don't talk first. I have to go and cover my marriage with the blood of Jesus. I have to anoint my marriage. I have to, and then I have to pray about it. And then the last thing I'd ask, and the first thing is God, obviously, asking him to hold me through the difficult times, anoint my marriage and cover my marriage with the blood of Jesus. And also the other thing is, after that, I then have to go and speak to my spouse with whatever, if there is a conflict in relationship. So that's why I'm saying I don't get as many as conflict in my relationship, because I'm no longer dealing, I'm a relationship coach, but it does not mean that being a relationship coach, I cannot get problems. I will still get problems like the normal person. It's just I have to know how to tackle that relationship. I have to have the skills where everybody will go and yep, me, I zip it. Women, we are intelligent. Women, we are not born to yep to our spouse. We are very, very intelligent. We need to approach the situation in the right manner. We need to listen and think about somebody else's feelings. So I do all those things. And then when I go and tackle, sometimes I don't even have to do anything. You will be surprised what the anointing of God can do in your relationship. You will be surprised. I see people who are single, and they say, Nomsa, I'm struggling. I cannot find the right guy. You will be surprised when you actually start understanding the game of life. You got to understand the realm of the spirit, the realm of the physical one. How does it work? And then in order for you to understand that, you don't have to, I'm not a spiritualist. I'm just a Christian who just read the Bible. And when Lucifer came to recruit me, I was like, huh? You exist? And he was like, yes, I exist. He doesn't speak like a normal person anyway, by the way. He's a God. He's a God that takes over everything. But the good thing is when he took over my body, the angel of God took over as well. So it was two people that I was communicating with. God did not offer me anything. He just wanted me to come to him as I am, with my burden, with my failure, with my mistakes, with my authenticity, with my confusion, with my shame, with my guilt. But Lucifer, he was like, I will give you the world. Whatever you desire, Nomsa, I gave it to you. And I bugger off. So, because I knew that there is a catch, nothing is for free. So that's why I was like, just no, thank you. But he tortured me for years for saying no to him. So that's why I got to learn it, to understand how does the universe work? How does God works? How does this Lucifer works? Lucifer is just a God, but there is laws. When people saying they've joined occult, they are not just joining occult to have fun. They join occult to attack the world. So for those who think, oh, this artist is saying they've joined occult to come and attack your marriage. There is nothing for free to come and attack your business, to give it to somebody else. They joined occult to steal your glory. So you just have to be somebody who knows how to play the game. The game of life is watching your thoughts, learn to communicate your want, learn to tell the universe your desires, learn to embrace the person that you are as a person. That's how you fight the devil, by knowing who you are, your weaknesses, your strength. And number 7 is supporting each other's dreams, aspiration. When a man has a dream, a woman has to be a mentor to support his dreams to come to reality. When a woman has a dream, a man has to cultivate that dream. He has to come with the ideas, the dreams. They both align put their dreams, link their dreams together, and they come to reality. You don't talk your spouse out of what they want to do in life. When your spouse come to you with their dreams, they say, honey, let me get comfortable. I'm listening. Let me just listen. Tell me more. Just help them with their dream if they come with a dream. Don't tell them their dream is too big or is too small or is too stupid or is too this, is too this. Just listen when somebody comes with their dreams, and because their dreams, it has a meaning for it. So if you talk them out of it, understand your significance, foster trust their dream, and trust your spouse as well. Promote growth and uplift and encourage your spouse. Communicate with them, be supportive, ask supportive questions, how you can save them. Be their cheerleader. Don't talk them out or tell them, oh, your dreams are too small. Your job is to cheerleader them, provide emotional support, and offer practical help if it's needed. Set joint goals if it's needed. Respect their autonomy. Respect your spouse while you're supporting your spouse. Remember that their dreams are their own. It's very, very important. They are not yours, but it is their dream, and they are allowed to dream however they want. And remind them of their strength as well is very, very important. When your spouse, like they say, I want to start a business, remind them their strength, plan together. That can help to strengthen a relationship. Emotionally, intimacy is number 8. It's just important as a physical intimacy. Discover ways to nurture emotional closeness together. And how do you do that? By deepening the connection, building trust together, enhance the physical intimacy, conflict resolution. I'm just saying, when I talk about physical intimacy, you just have sex for the sake of sex. Let's just have sex, honey, so we can love each other. So Nomsa said we can have a physical intimacy so we can be good together. No, it goes deep. We don't have sex with our spouse to get rid of sex, like I said before. We have sex because it has a meaning to it. Connection, emotion with emotions, connect with your spouse when you go out, or even when you are at home. Stay away from mobile phones, the gadgets. The gadgets destroys marriages nowadays, because you see people, they go out for meals, but they're still on their gadgets. Open and honest communication, listen to them, and share your vulnerability, ask meaningful questions, plan together. And there's so many things. Number 9 is keep the spark alive through a regular date nights. And also be childish. Too seriousness, it destroys a relationship. When a man is too serious, becomes too serious, he can't laugh anymore. He is always grumpy. She is always grumpy. She can't laugh anymore. Let your childish takes over. I like to dance, guys. The reason why I love to dance, the reason why I love music so much is because music speaks my language. When I'm listening good lyrics, I'm not just saying go and listen to the lyrics that chop your head, like they're like destroying you, like it's swearing and the language. Good lyrics, I connect with good lyrics. I love good voice. I love good lyrics. I love to connect with music. I love to dance my song. I like to, when I'm saying dance my song, it means my future, my path. I like this path where Nomsa is meant to go. It means I have to play my own music. By doing the things, playing my own music, it means doing the things that I want. So that's why it's very, very important to bring your child in a relationship, but not to be too serious all the time. When you met each other, those times should stay with you. The smile, your touch, how you touch your spouse from the first time, how you admired them, like, honey, you look so beautiful. I cannot take my eyes off you. All those things that you still need them in a relationship when you actually stay in that relationship. The length of time is just a number, but the happiness is within. Your lover is your lover for you to enjoy them, not to be grumpy all the time with your spouse, or your spouse can't even kiss you when they want to kiss you. They can't even touch you when they want to touch you because you're grumpy. So it's very, very important to find that inner child, like within, activate your inner child. And mostly, I'm happy because I've got God in my life, guys. And in that way, it means the people around me, they'll be happy as well within. And I can still look at my spouse. I can still smile and say, you know what? You're beautiful. You're handsome. Beauty comes from within. I can still smell that day, with the day I met them. I can still remind myself when I met this person, the importance, what attracted me to this person. Those are the things that we need to cherish in a relationship, not to change. People grown. My spouse has grown. He's not the same like when I met him. He's grown for growth. And it does not mean he's changed. He hasn't changed, but he's grown. So all those things, in order for somebody to grow in a relationship, it means we got to understand what love is about. Love is not about getting grumpy to each other. It's all about keeping the spark. allowing each other to be that person, allowing each other, give ourselves quality time, smile, dance, do everything that you did for the, of course you can't go maybe clubbing or anything like that, but you just go for date nights. If you can't go for date nights, there's this thing called home nights. Just put a nice film on TV or just chat, have that time together, and understand each other's love language, and just do that time together and spend time and just be normal, like normal people. Like, that's what I do with my life. I got no time to be angry with my spouse. I got no time to be angry with my children. If you guys can remember 2020, we lost so many people around the world through the pandemic. So if you tell me that I cannot be a child like within, I cannot smile, I cannot dance with whatever, whenever I want, then that's wrong. I can be the person that I want to become. I can be happy, because life is too short. Really, really too short. It's too short to actually take life too serious in a way that you like, we can't do this, we're just getting angry or worried. I know cost of living is really bad, but you can still have date nights by staying at home, go and buy nice food, ice cream, cooking nice spaghetti bolognese. I love spaghetti bolognese. It's no expensive. Put some cheese on top, some cream on top, white sauce on top. If you can't afford to go for a night out, you just mince. You need mince, onions, sauce, some nice tomato sauce, and then you need mushroom, you need some herbs to put together, garlic, you name it, you need the olive oil, everything. And once you cook it nicely, then you get some nice creamy sauce to put on top with cheese, and just sit there and just go, it's beautiful. Guys, it's a nice meal that you can go and buy in a restaurant. It costs less than £10. Means I think everybody has oil in their house, is salt, we've got everything. So might as well just cook at home, sit in front of the TV, embrace each other, because life is too short. That's my advice, guys. I would say, if you say, Nomsa, I cannot afford to go out, that was create memories. I've just given you the easiest recipe, or the other one, you can just go and buy chicken. I love peri chicken, and just buy peri marinate things, and just marinate peri with chips and peas, or fish and chips, you name it. The food is still good. You can create your own life if you wanted to. So those are my tips, guys. You don't have to go and spend like a night out, loads of money, and make an excuse and say cost of living norms is so expensive, I cannot afford to have a date night. Yes, you can. Number 10, practice forgiveness. Let go of grudges, and understand the importance of life and forgiveness in maintaining healthy and strong bond in the relationship. Is very, very important to you. When you forgive, you restore trust. Emotionally healing. Healing is very, very important. Was one thing that my father in the Lord, the Dr. Olukoya, I was listening to him, and he said praying in tongues. And I've been praying in tongues for an hour every single day. I don't do it like 1 hour, like I would do maybe 20 minutes in the morning, in the day, and then at another time before bedtime, praying in tongues. It clears my spirits inside. It's a healing. And then I listen to the music, like meditate. I meditate in the Word of God. You can meditate, find meditation maybe on YouTube. Guys, it's so amazing. Really, really amazing. Stress, it takes away the stress, it takes away the worry, everything. So if you are a Christian, try to pray in tongues. It's so beautiful. And it gives that freedom. And so is the healing. Work on your healing, conflict resolution, promoting empathy and self-reflection, communicate, acknowledging mistakes. That's part of forgiving, release resentment, apologize if you need to, set boundaries, and seek help if it's needed. Number 11 is share common values and goals. Date somebody that you share values, you share goals. Discover why. When you do all those things, you will discover your vision for the future is imparable for a solid foundation. Remember, I said a man is an architect, a woman, she's a mentor. This one comes with a vision. This one mentors the vision. She also has her vision as well. She mentors the two visions together to make them come to pass. A man is a provider, a woman is a provider. Even when a woman is a housewife, even when a man is a staying-home daddy, they are still providing for their family, because the person that stays at home, they still have to manage the home. They still have to drop the children to school. So they are providing for their family. So when somebody asks you, what do you do for work? If you are a staying-home dad, don't just say, I'm just a staying-home dad and nothing exciting. Speak with pride. I am a provider for my family. I provide for my family by staying full-time at home, managing my home, my children, my spouse, and making sure they're eating, they're fed. That's what the role of a man and the role of a woman is about. There's about 6. I always talk about them. If you go to my videos, I always say, if a man knows their role in a relationship, a man has a vision. It means he's an architect. Think like an architect. Think like an artist. A man has to have a vision for his woman. If you're single, before you can go and find a woman, have a vision. Your vision has to have this imagination of the city where you're going to live, the house where you want to live with her, and the house, the city where you want to raise your children. And then the woman comes in, she mentors that vision to come to pass. Even if you don't have money, a woman will love you for having a vision in life. Because you might not be a millionaire, maybe you are a billionaire that needs to be mentored by a woman. So for Bill Gates to become who he is today, he had a good father, he had a good mother who believed in him, he had a good father who believed in him, he had friends who believed in him, he had a wife that he married who believed in him, not now that is ex-wife, but they believed in each other. And that vision is the people around him that helped him to build the person that he is today. So you can do the same. A man, come with your vision. Woman, come with your vision. Together, you build something. So don't just say, look in somebody and say, I'm not going to date this one because he just has a vision. Maybe it's a future billionaire. So many, you got to believe in yourself. You got to have a vision. You got to go and approach any beautiful woman you see that you fancy. Get your egos out and just believe in yourself. Go and approach the woman. If they ask you, what do you do for work? Just tell them the work that you do, the vision. What do you have for the future? Tell them the vision that you have. Everyone has a vision. And make sure it's not just telling. Make sure it's something that you truly, truly want to take action and do it. Don't tell women what they want to hear. And women don't tell men what you think they want to hear. It has to be something that you truly, truly desire to do it in the future. And that's what the relationship is about. The relationship is all about, if we understand the how angel works, people enter our lives as angels, and they are as mentors. There are some people we have entered my life, and I thank God for that, because those people have mentored my life. They've helped me to become the person that I am today. But when they entered my life, I would have simply looked them down and say, you know what, I'm not going to hang out with this one because he's got nothing to offer or she's got nothing to offer. But they end up playing a big part in my life, where when they leave me with grace. They leave me with gifts, gift of life, where they mentor me and they take my life to the next level. I'm not talking about coaches. I'm just talking about life in general. You just have, in order to win the game of life, you got to understand how the universe works. The universe, you might pray to God and say, God, you know what? Like right now, I'm just praying for God to bless me financially so I can take my business to the next level. You might pray to God and say, God, please bless me or do this. And God will bring somebody unintentional, somebody to test you. And that person has the key with the doors, with the keys of what you're looking for. And then you look at people down and you're like, I'm not going to hang out with this one. Not my type. I'm not talking about dating. I'm talking about life in general. We look people down. So never, ever look anybody down. And men, I speak to lots of men a lot. They tell me that it's not easy to get a beautiful girl. It's easy. Women want a man who is very, very confident. They want a man who keeps his words. They want a man who knows exactly what he wants in life. A man who wants to take action. A man who open doors for them and just treat a woman like a woman. There's lots of them out there who wish they can have those kind of men, but those kind of men are scared to approach them because they say, I don't drive a Lamborghini, so there's no way that one is going to stop and listen to me. Yes, there is a way. Have the courage to approach a woman and have a vision. As a man, you got to have a vision. Everybody's smart in their own ways. Very, very smart. Have a vision. So if you meet a woman that really is looking for a good man to date, and you are one of them, why not approaching that good woman and tell them your goals for the future? And mean it. I'm not saying just go and tell women what you think they want to hear. Mean what you say and take action and be the man that God created you to become. And women do the same. So all those things share common values and common goals. And the number 12 is maintain a healthy balance between personal space and quality time together. Explore strategies to avoid becoming too dependent to one another. When you depend on somebody, I depend on you, honey, because I need you. I love you so much, I cannot live without you. Yeah, I've mentioned that, maintaining a personal space. So yeah, don't be like, I cannot live without this person. You can prioritize the self-care and encourage. That's number 14. Prioritize the self-care and encourage it in your spouse as well. Understand the significance of taking care of oneself for the sake of the relationship. It's very, very important to care for yourself. And it brings individuality, well-being, enhance resilience, reduces stress, promoting independence, and just set boundaries. Number 15, keep the romance alive. This is where the child has to come alive. I'm alive, honey. I need you, my lover. How are you doing today? Just be funny, have fun. Bring the fun side of keeping the romance alive by observe, listen to each other, take the language, love language, understand each other's love language, surprise gestures, regular check-ins, and you name it. Practice the empathy and active listening. It's very, very important. That is number 16. Number 17, and the last one is, you want to hear the last one, is celebrate the milestone, accomplishment together. Explore the power of shared joy. Celebrate in strengthening the bond in your relationship. Love each other. Embrace each other. Appreciate each other. Celebrate your spouse. Admire them. Tell them how beautiful they are. Your smile, honey, so beautiful. It lightens up the heart, my world. It makes me, when I'm at work, I think about you and I can't wait to come home. Not when the man or woman walks in coming from work. Honey, you did not pick up your socks and I'm angry. No, just welcome them with grace, love, and compassion. It's very, very important for you guys. So guys, I think I've been talking. What I'm going to leave you with this today is, in order to have a fulfilling relationship, you need to be authentic. You need to unleash your inner child. Be authentic. Unleash your inner child. Know that what's on the inside of a person is greater than what's on the outside. Gratitude is everything in a relationship. Connection is everything in a relationship. Stay connected to each other and love each other. Embrace each other. Embrace your individuality. Get excited about life. And if you are looking for love, guys, if you're single, you can go to my website, www.HSEIA, Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency, and you can register there, send your application form. Once you send your application form, we'll then arrange to actually meet up with you. And once we meet up with you, it's a Zoom call. We have a Zoom call first, and then we meet up in person if you're really, really serious, so you want to join the agency. And it's all ID verified. And if you're just looking for coaching, you can go to the coaching part and register, inquire about coaching. And don't worry about the website, by the way. There's a website that is coming live soon, maybe in the week or over the weekend, I don't know. Don't worry about the website, but just register and bring your information in. I am aware of the website that is not built properly. So when you go and register, just register and let's do the work together. I can harmonize your love. You can connect to your spouse, and we all celebrate and everybody's happy. God bless everyone. Have a beautiful weekend. Live with grace.